And if this is your first time giving your mind a little love, I have a few goodies for you. First, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And second, sign up for the Morning Mind Love. Think of it like a weekday oracle from your highest self to help you start each day with a positive focus. Plus, you'll get 2 gifts absolutely free: a 30-minute binaural meditation and 30 days of journaling prompts to help you remember who you truly are. So join over 9,000 people and go to mindlove.com to sign up. Welcome to Mind Love's Black Friday Gift Guide 2023.
Turn up your frequency with Mind Love. Bite-sized brain hacks for seekers, dreamers, and doers. It's time to give your mind a little love with your host, Melissa Monti.
Have you ever taken a moment to ask yourself what truly matters to you? I'm talking about a deep dive into the core of your being to unearth your values. And not just a fleeting thought that skims the surface like, sure, family, kindness, and respect matter to me. But a profound understanding of your values that acts as your inner compass. Imagine knowing your values so intimately that they become the filter for every decision you make, ensuring that every choice is a step towards a life that's not just fulfilling, but actually resonant with the essence of who you are. I think of values like our personal GPS during life's big decisions. They don't change even when everything else does. They help us find our way back to what's important when we're feeling lost. Knowing your values is like having a map that leads to a life that's genuinely fulfilling and true to who you are. I recently took some time to reconnect with my values. It's something that I do every 3 years or so to ensure that they still resonate with me. I want to make sure that my values grow as I do, especially with the changes that come with parenthood. It's also just refreshing to reassess and redefine my path, making sure that it aligns with not only who I am now, but also who I'm evolving into. So why am I saying all this during a Black Friday gift guide episode? Because one of my top values is intention, and the products that I'm about to share with you are all about intentional living. Last year, I did the gift guide around Christmas, and it was a huge hit. Several people commented that they wished I had done it earlier, so this year I'm bringing it to you so you can maximize your savings just before Black Friday. And anything I mention here can also be found at mindlove.com/BF23. Get it? Black Friday 2023? BF23. mindlove.com/BF23. You got it. Well, this episode also has nuggets of intentional living tips all over the place, so I highly recommend starting with the episode before the blog post. So here we go. First up, I need to share with you one of this year's rabbit holes that led to a whole life change. I have learned about the frequency of clothing. Did you know that wool and linen have a frequency of about 5,000 megahertz? Organic cotton is 110, and polyester is 10 megahertz. For comparison, a diseased person generally measures 15 megahertz. That's wild, right? So this has inspired me to revamp almost my entire wardrobe, swapping out about 80% of my clothes for ones made with higher frequency fabrics. It's all about the 80-20 rule though, right? Striving for perfection can be overwhelming, but we can aim to make better choices most of the time. A big shout out to my sponsor Quince for making this transition easier. Their linen collection has been a game changer for me, and it's all super affordable. Well, first I also want to talk about Bronwyn's wool bras. They are literally all I wear anymore. They are made with 100% merino wool, and frankly, having that high frequency right around my heart space has felt incredible. Also, wearing them has coincided with some profound energy shifts for me, almost like a heart opening. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I don't think so. I have been working towards this, to just connect more deeply with my intuition, which many believe is seated in the heart. I recently watched a documentary called The Power of the Heart on Gaia, and it really got me thinking about how the synthetic fabrics I used to wear have been dampening my heart's natural vibrations. Well, not anymore. Also, these bras are super comfortable, almost like sport bra style, but with wool, so it's just cozy. I've actually worn them with light workouts. I don't really like to sweat in them though. And like I said, they're all I wear anymore. So check them out at branwyn.com, BRANWYN.com. Diving deeper into the realm of natural fibers, I have to rave about Muslin Comfort. Last year, I treated myself to their 365 king-size blanket, which is this oversized piece of heaven that lives on my bed now. It is hands down the best blanket I have ever wrapped myself in. The love affair with this blanket's material was so real that I had to get their robe as well. It's made from the same muslin fabric, and it's just so versatile. It's like the Goldilocks of robes, just the right weight for any season. This robe somehow manages to be both warming and cooling. Muslin is known for adapting to the temperature of your body's needs. The robe is also super long, so it gives that luxurious feel. It's cozy. I literally feel like I'm wearing my favorite blanket. And yet, it has this certain lightness to it that just makes it breathable. It's the kind of robe that invites you to linger over your morning coffee just a little bit longer. It's not just a robe, it's an experience that just makes your time together special. You can find the blanket and the robe and all of your other muslin needs at muslincomfort.com. MUSLIN comfort.com. Staying on the theme of natural fibers, let's shift gears from clothing to the art of creating a serene home space with items like the organic cotton yoga mat from Oko Living. After 16 years of a dedicated daily yoga practice, I cannot believe that I'm only just discovering this. Part of me is tempted to say that I will never return to a regular yoga mat, but then there's the part of me that wants to save this strictly for home use so that nothing happens to it ever. This is not just any yoga mat. It is practically a piece of home decor. It's like it has its own aura, bringing a sense of calm and grounding to all of my routines. One of the best features of this mat is that it's just so beautiful, I can leave it out all of the time without disrupting the look of my home. I chose the clay color, which goes well with all of my home decor. Understanding how to work with my ADHD also means that recognizing that out of sight is out of mind. So by keeping my yoga stuff visible, there's just no friction between me and my practice. So I can just drop down and do a few downward dogs between baby feedings or whatever I need to do. But get this, it's not just organic cotton. It's also made with Ayurvedic medicinal plant dyes and 20 skin-soothing herbs like turmeric, neem, and holy basil. So it soothes your skin and reduces stress. If you needed a reason to practice yoga naked, here it is. Just rub all up on that thing. There is literally no reason not to. OKOLiving.com. OKOLiving.com. Now, on the topic of ADHD, have you ever heard about the benefits of color and sound therapy for enhancing focus, especially for those of us with ADD? There's this company called Gamma Light Therapy. I've got both their audio and light devices. Let's talk about the audio device first. Picture something that resembles an old iPod Shuffle. Is my age showing here? Frankly, I still think the iPod Shuffle was the best. That tiny little thing was just so convenient. Why don't they bring them back? Anyways, you plug your headphones in and it emits a 40 hertz frequency sound, which falls within the gamma range. This sound is like a subtle clicking that you can tune into. It's not just random noise. It's designed to entrain your brain to achieve deeper levels of focus. It's super portable, so it's really easy to carry in your pocket. I've made a habit of listening to it while I'm organizing my workspace and just gearing up for the day ahead. Then there's the Clarity 40 Hertz lamp, which has become a staple on my desk during my deep work sessions. It's engineered with what's known as precision flicker calibration. So think of it kind of like a high-speed strobe light, but one that's so fast it becomes a normal part of the environment without any risk of seizures. Definitely a significant plus. Well, the lamp has tons of 5-star reviews from people with ADHD to people recovering from brain injuries and even people who stutter. If it can help all of those groups, imagine what it can do to the, I want to say average brain, but is there an average brain? You know what I mean. I have found it particularly useful when I'm writing. It just has this invigorating effect too. So if I'm feeling a bit sluggish, turning the lamp on seems to give me this mental boost. GammaLightTherapy.com, GAMMA. All right, let's pivot to something intriguing. Have you ever wondered why meditation practices emphasize that you sit with your spine straight? Well, it's believed that the spine acts like an antenna, tuning into higher wisdom. During my transcendental meditation training, my instructor was adamant about not lounging or lying down while meditating. I've been sitting with that, both in practice and in contemplation. Haha, see what I did there? Well, it's highlighted for me the overall significance of good posture. Think about how many of us have tech neck, all hunched over, absorbed in our smartphones, our antennas reaching for Facebook instead of divine intelligence and the source of greater wisdom. When you frame it like that, it's not the best image, is it? It's a reminder of how our daily habits can shape our well-being, and it's made me more conscious about how I hold myself, not just during meditation, but in every moment of the day. So, the quest to improve posture. I initially came across a Kickstarter campaign for this little Bluetooth device designed to be worn around the neck to improve posture. But the idea of having a device emitting EMFs so close to my head just didn't sit well with me, especially considering our earlier conversation about the spine being an antenna for higher wisdom. That's when I found Form, spelled Forme. Form's clothing isn't made with natural fibers, but it does fit perfectly within that 80-20 approach that we talked about earlier. I have tried their sports bra and t-shirt, and yet again, I must rave. The design actively encourages your shoulders to roll back, just sort of gently coaxing your shoulder blades together. So it trains your body to develop muscle memory, so you walk, sit, and stand with better posture. This not only helps you hold a better stance, but also helps you breathe more deeply without conscious effort. I have recently picked up running again after a really long break, and the other day I realized I hadn't washed my Form sports bra, and I could not believe the difference I felt just in running and in my breathing while running. Plus, standing taller doesn't just feel good, it's proven to build self-confidence, improve focus, boost cognitive wellness, help you recover more quickly, boost endurance, reduce neck, back, and shoulder pain. The benefits are almost endless. That's form.science, Forme.science. Yes, that's .science, not .com. Speaking of breathing easier, the next treasure I want to share with you is all about that, quite literally. It's a truly beautiful way to purify the air you breathe, which is a breath of fresh air, because most air filters are these bulky white plastic things that just kill the ambiance of a room. Molecule, spelled with a K instead of a C, enhances your home's air quality without sacrificing style. Let's face it, air quality in most urban areas is pretty terrible. But what's even more shocking is that the air inside our homes can be up to 100 times more polluted than the air outside, even in the middle of a busy city. Think about it. Every time we cook, light a candle, use cleaning products, or cuddle with our pets, we are releasing pollutants. These pollutants can be tiny bits of dust or even dangerous gases, and they're not just floating around, they're actually harming our health. Consider this. 7 million people die prematurely each year due to air pollution. That's a crazy stat. A study from Beijing Normal University in 2018 found that air pollution can have negative effects on brain function too. But there's good news. Having clean air is amazing for you. It can make you feel more energetic, help you think clearer. It can even help you sleep better. I remember the first morning after I started using an air purifier, I woke up feeling like I was in the fresh air of the mountains, even though I was actually living in the middle of Los Angeles. The change in air is so clear and obvious. This isn't just another device, though. It's something that can really make a big difference in how you feel every day. Plus, Molecule kind of makes you feel like you're in a space station or something. So if you're looking for a switch up in more ways than one, check it out at molecule.com. MOLEKULE.com. Touching on otherworldly devices, my Fi mat is possibly the most fantastical thing I own. This is not just an ordinary mat. It's like a wellness revolution for your entire being. Have you heard of infrared therapy? I have been using it in several ways. Well, infrared therapy is like giving your body a dose of healing light. It's different from the sun's rays that can burn your skin. Instead, this light is gentle and goes deep into your body to actually repair your cells. So it's like a boost that helps your blood carry more oxygen everywhere, which can speed up healing and ease pain. Well, here's what this warm light can do for you: muscle relaxation, pain relief, better blood flow, detoxing, and even a skin glow up. I'll tell you more about that in the next gift I'll share. But back to the Fi mat. If infrared wasn't enough for you, this mat also uses the healing power of PEMF, which stands for Pulsed Electromagnetic Field Therapy. And it's all infused with the energy of 5 precious gems. So PEMF is like a battery charger for your body's cells. Imagine tiny energy pulses traveling through your skin, reaching all the way to your muscles, bones, and even your organs. These pulses wake up your cells, telling them to repair and recharge themselves. So here's what else that PEMF can do: boost cellular energy, reduces inflammation, mends your bones, aids in mental health, helps you sleep, eases physical and emotional stress. And did I mention the healing gemstones? I have the 5 gems mat. So it has amethyst, clear crystal, obsidian, red agate, and turquoise. So let me just remind you what these magical gemstones can do. Amethyst crystals can clear negative energy, bring strength, courage, and peace, improve sleep quality, accumulate energy, and avoid EMF radiation. Clear quartz is considered a master healer and believed to support the entire energetic system. Obsidian is a strongly protective stone that's believed to help process emotions and experiences and aid in letting it all go. Red agate is this multi-purpose stone that possesses extreme healing power, and it could impact your body, soul, and your mind. And then turquoise promotes self-realization and assists creative problem solving. It aids in the absorption of nutrients, enhances the immune system, stimulates the regeneration of tissue, and just heals the whole body. Seriously, the Fi mat is like magic. I just lay on it when I need to ease stress or just have a little energy boost, and I can feel my energy moving, like I'm vibrating at a higher frequency just laying on it. It is totally amazing. I feel even better after just a 10-minute session laying on this than even some deep meditation session. And so when I combine both, actually lay on my mat while I'm meditating, and you can even fold it to where you're still sitting up straight, it's just wonderful. So you can find this at phymatlife.com, PHYMAT life.com. Remember when I said I'd get deeper into that whole infrared skin glow up? Well, venturing further into the realm of high-tech self-care, let's talk about the Omnilux Contour Face. This device is like a personal light show for your face. And trust me, it's as space age as it sounds. Infrared can help your skin make more collagen, which is like this natural youth serum that can make your skin look smoother and younger. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The Omnilux harnesses the power of red and near-infrared light to pamper your skin at the cellular level. So think firmer skin, smoothed out fine lines, and that just coveted youthful glow. It's like a time machine for your face. So if you've been wanting to break up with Botox, which I did a few years ago, farewell, old toxic friend, then this is the device for you. But it's not just about looking good. The light therapy improves your skin health, boosting blood flow, ramping up collagen production, and even helping with acne. So it's like self-care that you can see and feel. It might seem a little pricey at first, but it's actually less than one Botox session, and it's like this daily fancy spa treatment at home. And the best part, you can indulge in this facial nirvana while lounging on your thigh mat, sipping a matcha latte, and watching Gaia documentaries. It's a whole self-care ritual. Now, we're leaving a whole lot of time for shoes because I have recently embarked on a whole shoe revolution. Well, specifically, a barefoot shoe revolution. About 5 to 6 years ago, I started experiencing really excruciating foot pain while walking. It was so bad that walking even a mile felt like a marathon. And that was only even possible if I was wearing super supportive tennis shoes. And even then, long distances were actually impossible. It was kind of scary, honestly. Here I was barely into my 30s and suddenly my mobility was shrinking. No more long hikes, no leisurely strolls on the beach, no running, and I couldn't even think about walking barefoot, not even 2 steps. I went round and round with foot doctors, had x-rays that showed nothing out of the ordinary, but the pain was awful. So you know me, I went down a rabbit hole, and what I found was pretty shocking. Our conventional shoes basically destroy our feet. They squeeze our toes together so much that our feet actually changes shape. And all that support that we thought was helping, well, that turns out it's making the muscles in our feet weak. They're not being used, so they're wasting away. Fast forward to me practically tossing out all of my traditional shoes in favor of barefoot ones. Okay, it wasn't overnight. I started with 1 pair, but the difference was so dramatic, I just couldn't even bring myself to put on the old ones, knowing that they were doing harm to my feet. Well, the whole idea behind barefoot shoes is pretty simple. The toe box is wide enough for your feet to splay freely, and the sole is flexible so your foot muscles are still activated when you walk. Now, after a full year of exclusively wearing barefoot shoes, the pain is almost completely gone. I walk barefoot all the time without a second thought, besides gratitude that I can do it, and I can even run again. I've been running regularly, actually. So let's start with the shoes that have become my go-to for running. Peluva shoes. Peluva. Now, I won't pretend that they're the height of fashion. Yes, they are toe shoes, but they're the best looking toe shoes I've ever come across, and the comfort level is amazing. My friends think I'm crazy for running rocky trails in barefoot shoes, but that just goes to show how strong my feet have become. I have the women's strand style in black, and I've already converted a few friends. I love them because it feels like my toes are breathing or something, getting stronger with every step. When I'm out on a run, it feels like my feet are in sync with the trail, just molding to its contours. Plus, the rubber treads are smartly positioned right where you need them most, giving me the grip that I need, especially when the path gets a little bit damp or something. Little disclaimer if you're buying them, I'm usually a perfect size 7 in almost every shoe, but I took a cue from the reviews and went up half a size to a 7.5. At first they seemed to fit just fine, but after logging more miles, it felt like my muscles were cramping. So I made the switch to a size 8, which is a size I never imagined I'd wear, and now they fit perfectly. So maybe size up half or full size. I do have a little bit of long of toes. If you need a comparison, hit me up on Instagram and I'll send you a picture of my feet or something. Yeah, unless you have a fetish, let's just skip it. Peluva.com, Peluva.com. Now for winter, my absolute favorites are by a brand called Kyrgyz. The style is Tengri's Walkabouts. They're like wearing slippers outside, and surprisingly, people throw compliments my way all the time. They're a breeze to slip on, super comfy, and yes, I'm that person now, wearing slippers out in public. But they're real shoes. Plus, they are made of wool. Remember our talk about fabric vibes? 5,000 megahertz. Well, with these, my feet are just soaking up that high-frequency energy. Kyrgyz aren't just warm, they're eco-friendly too. They use natural, renewable wool, which means less waste. This wool is soft and breathable, making it super comfortable for your feet. Well, the making of Kyrgyz is all about tradition, using age-old felting methods. So every pair has just a little bit of history woven in. They also use this eco-friendly dye to keep our waters clean. And they're into planting trees. So for every pair of Kyrgyz sold, a tree is planted. So look at it this way. With every step, you're helping the environment. Wearing Kyrgyz means that you're looking out for the planet, and that's a great extra perk of their comfort. So these are just my go-to winter slip-ons. I wear them every single day, and I am obsessed. KYRGIES.com. For my indoor slippers, I am loving Nootka's Astoria wool house slippers. They're the ultimate indoor footwear. They are made with natural wool felt. They keep my feet snug and warm without overheating. They have this simple, elegant look that makes lounging around just feel a little bit more luxurious. These slippers are all about comfort with a conscience. So they're crafted sustainably as well, so I can relax knowing that my cozy slippers have not harmed the planet. The wool is 100% merino wool and ethically sourced too, which means good vibes all around. You have the option to pick between a soft suede outsole or a rubber one for these slippers. I went with the suede because they're staying indoors, and I didn't want a rubber sole interfering with my connection to the Earth's natural frequencies, which may be a moot point, being that I only wear them indoors. But who knows? I've got wood floors. Maybe it's going all the way through. Why take chances, right? It's all about that grounding experience. Though, of course, if you're an electrician or in a similar profession, rubber might be the safer bet. Sliding into my Nootkas is my way of saying, all right, Melissa, it's time to unwind. And they're just a constant reminder that taking care of the earth starts with the choices that we make at home. They're not just slippers, they're a small step toward a more sustainable lifestyle. But I really do think that these slippers are the perfect amount of warmth. I'm always going back and forth with slippers because I live in a cold town in the winter, and so I like it to come all the way up to my ankle, but then they're too hot and then my feet are sweating. It's not comfortable. I feel like I have to wear socks, and then I have socks and fur or wool or something like that. So since switching from like the cheap synthetic fur slippers to wool slippers, it is amazing the difference it makes. It's like my feet can breathe even while they are cozy. And then just the shape of these, it doesn't go all the way up to the ankle, and it adds like just enough air to just keep my foot the perfect temperature. When I first got my Nootkas, I thought they were going to be too narrow, and I was like, this is going against all the barefoot stuff that I've become so inclined to. My feet aren't splaying, but I was happy to note that after just a week or so of wearing them, they stretched out to be the perfect mold of my feet. So that's nootkas.com. All right, wrapping up with a standout, ROM grounding shoes. Earlier, I mentioned grounding with my indoor slippers, but let's dig a little deeper because when you step outside, that's where the real grounding magic happens. Did you know that our bodies are meant to vibe at the same frequency as the earth? But here's the thing. Our modern lives are so full of energy dampeners, and those rubber soles on our shoes are like a barrier between us and Mother Earth. Rubber is great for durability, but not so much for staying connected to the Earth's energy. Enter the genius of the copper rivet. This little piece of copper makes contact with both your foot inside the shoe and then also the ground beneath it. So it's like a personal bridge that lets you soak up the Earth's frequency, keeping you in tune with the natural world. ROM has a bunch of styles, but I chose the limited edition ones, handcrafted in Africa using mud cloth because I'm fancy like that. They partnered with a mother-daughter company from Mali, Africa to bring authentic handmade mud cloth to their grounding shoes. Every pair is a one-of-a-kind and completely unique shoe. Extremely limited batch of only 200 pairs of the limited edition. And they really want the shoes to bring as much joy as it was for them to create them. So you might be seeing me sporting the terracotta color in some of my Instagram photos. You can find these at romgoods.com. RAUMGOODS.com. And when I tell you I get a compliment with every single person who sees these shoes, I am not kidding you. Every time I put them on, I don't care if it's the UPS guy or like my best friend who sees me all the time. So romgoods.com. All right, that was a lot to take in, but these products have all really caught my attention recently. I'm hoping this rundown comes just in time for you to take advantage of some really big discounts and get a head start on your holiday shopping. I have confirmed with all these companies that they are doing Black Friday discounts. So again, as a reminder, shifting my focus to natural materials and tuning into the frequencies around me has been a game changer. It's a reminder to just work with nature instead of against it. So many people wonder why they're sick or sluggish or they just feel off. But we are meant to be in sync with the world, not trying to dominate it. It's all about moving with the flow, not fighting the current. So again, I will have all of these products on a blog post at mindlove.com/BF23. So check that out. And thanks for listening. And I hope all of your holidays are just as magnificent as you are. Thanks for giving your minds and your homes and your bodies a little love today. And I will see you in the next episode.
Thanks for tuning into Your Higher Frequency with Mind Love. Head to mindlove.com for a free gift to keep your vibes up until next week.